Welcome to Gideon Grammar Booklet Level 1G, where the student should complete 2 pages each day. In this book, the student will learn linking verbs, abbreviating names of people, and coordinating conjunctions. First, let's begin with linking verbs. A linking verb is a type of verb that connects the subject with more information about the subject. The linking verbs we are first going to focus on are am, is, are, was, and were. Remember that linking verbs do not show action. They simply link the subject with more information. Here's an example. Let's say we're talking about this boy's hat. So we'll call it his hat. Well, his hat is what we're talking about, so that's the subject of the sentence. But we want to describe the subject of the sentence with more information about it. So we need to be able to link these two parts of the sentence together. So notice that we're talking about one hat. It's singular, only one. So that means we are limited to how many linking verbs we are able to use. So since this boy is wearing the hat now, we need to use our present tense linking verbs, which are am, is, and are. So let's go ahead and try each one in each sentence and see which one works. First, let's try am. His hat am big and blue. This does not work, so we know we can go ahead and eliminate am. His hat is big and blue. Well, that could work, so let's go ahead and leave that in question. And lastly, his hat are big and blue. Well, this definitely does not work, so we know that is the correct linking verb that we need to use. His hat is big and blue. Here's another example. Here we have the subject, the boy, and more information about the subject is very happy. So the boy and very happy need to be linked. Now we need to use a linking verb. And again, we are limited to which ones we can use because we have a singular subject, meaning only one. Now notice that in the picture of the boy below, it says 2 weeks ago. So this was in the past, meaning that it already happened. So there are only 2 linking verbs that we can use, was or were. So let's go ahead and try each linking verb with the sentence and see which one works. The boy was very happy. Was. Well, was could work here. So let's go ahead and try the next linking verb. The boy were very happy. Well, this does not work, so we know that was is the linking verb that we need to use. The boy was very happy. Our next example is using the subject I. So let's say here's a picture of you, but you don't call yourself you call yourself I. So let's see how we would use a linking verb in a sentence with the subject I. So we want to link the subject I with more information about it. So we want to link I and very tall. So we need a linking verb. However, since this is happening now, we need to use a present tense linking verb, which is am, is, or are. This time we'll just say the examples out loud. So I am very tall. That could work. I is very tall. That would not work. And I are very tall, which would definitely not work. So we know that the answer is am. I am very tall. Also, be sure to remember that am is the only present tense linking verb that can agree with the subject I. Here's another example of you, but again, you don't call yourself you call yourself I. But notice below the picture it says 12 years ago, so this was in the past. So let's take a look at our past tense linking verbs. Our past tense linking verbs are was or were. So let's try each one in the sentence. I was very short. Well, that could work. I were very short. That does not work, so we know that was is the linking verb that we need to use. I was very short. Now we'll move on to abbreviating names. When shortening the name of a person, capitalize the first letter of the name and place a period after. Here's an example. Karen Suzanne Coleman. Notice how we shortened the name Karen and Suzanne by leaving a capitalized first letter of that name followed by a period. Here's another example. Dr. Herman Schultz. Remember to abbreviate titles of names like Dr., Mr., Mrs., or Ms. When an abbreviated name is shortened to one letter, it is called an initial of that name. Last, we have coordinating conjunctions, which are and, but, and or. The rule is to place a comma before the coordinating conjunction when combining 2 complete sentences. Here's an example. Anu reads a book, Jack plays a game. Now these are two completely different sentences talking about two completely different things. We want to combine these sentences to make one sentence that flows rather than two sentences that sound very choppy. So by using a comma and a coordinating conjunction, we can combine these two sentences into Anu reads a book and Jack plays a game. Notice the coordinating conjunction and especially the comma that comes right before it. And here's our last example. He likes math, she likes reading. Here, both of the subjects are separate, but they both like something. However, the things that they like are opposite things. So we need to use a certain coordinating conjunction that shows they're different. So we use the coordinating conjunction but. And always remember to place a comma right before the coordinating conjunction of two combined complete sentences.